Brandon here from xtlvapor.com today. It is Sunday morning. Apologize, I'm still waking up, you know what I'm saying? Got my coffee. Anyway, so this morning, here to talk to you about the Nemesis. Which one's real? That's a good question. I'm gonna go through that with you today, because it's pretty freaking ridiculous. Now, I'm gonna take this off my atomizer, and I'm gonna go from the top to the bottom. All right. I think people should know the difference between these two, because there's a lot of trading that goes on online. And if you just look at a picture, you're not going to know. Most people aren't going to really, they're not going to be able to tell. And I don't know if this is going to help either. I don't. All I know is what I have in front of me. All right. I'm not saying that all of the fake ones, the clones, the counterfeited product, are exactly the same. I'm not saying the air holes are in the exact same place. So what you see on this video, it might not be exact for every copy. It could be different. So let's just roll right into this. I'm gonna go up close, and I'm going to go from the top to the bottom on these two devices. All right. 18,500 bucks. Now, looking at them just like this, we're going to go from the top to the bottom, like I said. I wish I could, flip that around, but I can't. So we're going to change the focus mode. Right there seems about good. Alright, so from here, you can see that the real one, the air holes, are to the right of the logo. Can't say that they're all even on all Nemesises. I don't know. This is the only real one I have. And on this one, if you spin it, it's way to the left. So opposite sides of the logo. Alright, now when it comes to the edges of the top cap, okay, I'm going to take the top cap off. Believe me, I'm going to bear with me on this. It is the only way for me to tell these two are different on the top cap. I go by the bottom screw and the polish, obviously, because I have two different kinds. Alright, so we've got the top cap. They look the same. Relatively look almost identical, except for the finish, but that's because it's a Vapor Wall edition and a Kalafan, or however you pronounce that edition. They look the same, except for, actually the real one, that insert right there, the juice well, if you will, is different. I don't know if you can tell there, but the fake one, the juice well, the flat part of the juice well, like the wall, it's more of a rounded, and on the real one, it's more of a flat. I'm not sure if you can see that. Alright, so now we're going to move into the sides. Now, let me move this air hole back to the notches. So fake, real, alright? It looks like the little divots on the actual top cap, not the air control ring, are a little different. They look a little bit not as deep and maybe smaller, in my opinion. Alright. And then we're gonna go the threads. The threads look basically the same. It's threads. All right. So now let's go into this piece, the nut. Now, to me, the fake one looks flatter. It looks like it has a more flat appearance, and the real one looks more round. It looks more like it has a bevel thing going on. You know what I'm saying? And so, if you look at it from a side view, this is the real one. This is the fake one. The fake one has looked like it has a lot sharper edges, doesn't it? Now, it could be because of wear and tear on the real one, but some reason I doubt it. I think they did that on purpose. They go in and out. Just the same, a little tighter on this one, on the real one. Now I have cleaned all these connections with alcohol prior to the video. I'm not the best at what I do, so I've cleaned them all. So there's two differences. Now obviously you're not going to get a picture most of the time when you're trading of the top caps, but I can easily tell that this is the real top cap based off that top cap ring, because they just look different. This looks a lot smoother and flat, the Vapor Wall edition, the fake, and the real one, it looks like, besides the finish, it's more of a rounded piece there. It's not so flat and flush. Which one do I prefer? I honestly prefer the flash and flush look, but that's about it. Alright, let's move away from the top cap. Bam! I'm going to put it back on the tube. Actually, no, I'm not. These are two fresh 18 490 batteries. Alright, so now moving along, got the tubes. I'm sorry, my real one, which is this one right here, it is wrapped in a J-wrap. It's been wrapped in a J-wrap since the beginning of its time. So, it could look a little different on these edges of the tube, so we're not going to go over that per se, because I'm not taking the J-wrap off. Alright, so when we're talking about, we're going to go down, now the logo, the fake one, the logo looks totally different. It looks the same, but totally different at the same time. You can see the depth in the real one. You can really see it. And if you look at it from right there, you can see that the fake one, I don't know, it looks blurry. It doesn't look as sharp. I have a feeling that from what I've read also and the way it feels, that is going to wear off. This is going to wear off. You hardly can feel it at all. Now the real one, you can feel the engraving. Obviously not with my J-wrap on, but you can feel it. And the right wing doesn't seem to be as detailed. It looks like they couldn't really figure out how to do the right wing as well. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that for you guys, because it's pretty close detail to be looking at. Alright, and now we're going to get, by the way, the build quality in the real one does feel a lot nicer. I don't know, it just does. Alright, so we're going to go down to the air hole. Now this was the first thing I noticed. Now, the air hole on the real one, it is perfectly center. Let me turn these around. I don't know why I'm doing it like this. It's perfectly center on the logo. If you look at the fake one, it is offset to the right. Not center. Not center. Same thing with on the back. The fake one, it's not centered. It's offset to the right. And on the real one, it is pretty dead on center. I can take a measuring tape to it. Center that name. Alright, now we're going down to the locking ring. I'm going to set this down. Here's the real one. Now, the locking ring, I have to sit here and spin. Let me undo the button a little bit. I have to sit here and spin the locking ring. Very smooth. No problems there. Alright, a little bit long threads. A lot of threading going on there. Now, watch the fake one. A fake one. I don't even know what to call it. It's so difficult. Alright, the fake one, look at this. To be honest, I give the win to to the clone in the locking ring, whether it's wrong or not. You take it and boom. Cannot do that with the real one. And that's something I really like because it's kind of annoying, especially if you're maybe driving, you're trying to unlock that and you got to keep spinning it. It's a lot easier for me to go like that and, you know, have it done pretty fast. Alright, so that's the locking ring. The locking ring, they feel basically the same, but obviously this feature of this locking ring means that the threads are maybe a little bit looser. Now all these parts are interchangeable because I have done it. I've messed around with both of them. I've thrown pieces of this with this and this and this, and I've messed up the switches. I've gone all over the place, and it all works. Now the switch. This is the fake. I kind of want to put the battery in there and the real fake top cap. There we go. Alright, we're going to spin my... Alright. That's fire. That would fire. Now watch the side. That's so much different. That's not going to fire. You have to hit it in the center, guys. It's really crunchy. They did horrible on this button. I can't tell you how many times I'm with my buddies and they're trying to hit it with two hands like this to get it to fire, because the button is really, unless you're hitting it really, you know, center and even, a lot of the times it's so crunchy that it doesn't want to. Okay, today it's acting a lot better than it ever has, I'm not going to lie to you. But it still fires great if you hit it center. Everything else is really crunchy. Taking it apart, and it's got to be in the machining. Just sounds horrible too. Now, I'm put a battery in here. Alright. Back up the button. Alright, now the button on my real one, this is butter smooth. It feels great. Now, obviously on the sides of this one too, they are less awesome, but they still work a lot better. See that? I hit on the side, and if I touch this side, I can push it in more. So that would give me different connectivity right there. That would put different vibration within the spring, and that's going to change your voltage output. But anyway, it still works a lot better than the clone. Much, much better. Like night and day better. A lot of the times, even if I am using the clone, I will use this cap. Or maybe just the contacts of my clone. I'll go through that later. Now, the button itself. There's the bottoms of the button. Alright. Fake, real. Fake, real, fake, real. Okay, so the real one doesn't have his name and the steam machine train on there. I don't know if he started putting that on there in the later batches. This could be true, but that's what I've got. Alright, so I want to like I said again, I just want to show you this again. If you could see that. Look at how blurry that looks. This is the fake one, and it just kind of looks blurry. If you take the real one, autofocus, it kind of just, it looks a little sharper. It's hard to see with that finish. That finish makes it real difficult to see, in my opinion. Real difficult. Alright, so, and the edges of the button, this is a lot more, okay, so it's like they just went straight, did a little 45-degree angle, and then went flat. And on the real one, it's round. It's not a sharp edge, it's real smooth, feels nice, and you can really feel the edges on the button of the fake one. Alright, so that's another thing. The edges of the button, oh man, The real one feels so much nicer. The fake one is a lot louder. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to go backwards now. See you soon. Alright, folks, we're back from the close-up. So what you think? Pretty hard to tell. Unless you have them in your hands. If I showed you this one, I'd be like, oh yeah, here's my Nemesis, you know. And then I showed you this one, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference online. As of right now, I have heard about them copying another edition of the Nemesis, but at the time of purchase, this was the only edition of the Nemesis that had been cloned thus far. The Vaping World edition. So I would say that it's still safe. I'm not saying it's not safe at all. You know, if people, if they're trustworthy, they're trustworthy. I mean, not everybody's just going to try to sell this. First of all, the real one comes in a bag, like so, with an extra spring, and there's this, you know, 18650 tube, and the fake one comes in a little box, like so. Alright, so, I mean, when you're trying to buy one or trade for one, hopefully you can get the pouch, the spring, you know. That's another way to see, you know, they probably got a real one, you know, unless they handmade that pouch and they've had one before. So that's one way to, you know, maybe know that they're being honest with you. But the other way, you know, they do the whole vouch system, so that works. And I don't know, I'm not sure. It would be hard. I've never, okay, the first time that I did an online trade was for this one right here, the real Nemesis. And I just did it a couple days ago, and the only reason I did it and then I bought this one is so that I can do this comparison for you guys, because there's so much chatter about it. Admins on forums are like, stop talking about clones, and you know, I can understand why. It's annoying, it's horrible, it's not good. I mean, the guy making the real one is got to be pissed, or maybe happy that, you know, somebody thinks this product's so good that they're copying it. But copying and counterfeiting, or oh man, I don't want to go into it. It pisses me off, and that shit needs to stop. But you're not gonna stop it unless you can patent it and sue somebody. So that takes money, folks. Takes money. All right, so I'm gonna go into a voltage drop test. All right, I'm gonna show you the voltage drop. Now I've got, like I said, the two fresh 18490 batteries. If this isn't the real way to do a voltage drop, let me know. This is all I've got. And so we're gonna go off this, okay? So 4.23. Let me show myself that. Make sure I read that right. 4.23. This is the real one, folks. Alright, this is a 1 ohm coil, by the way. I could show you. It might be 0.93, or maybe it's changed since I've been vaping it. 0.96, folks. 0.96 of 28 gauge Canthol. I think it's a 6 wrap. Alright, so, man, I need a vape, let me tell you. So, I'm going to vape this. Little juice check there. So remember, guys, we had 4.23. Alright, here we go. Where's my air hole? There it is. Alright, so that dropped from 4.23 and it went down to 3.79 and then to 3.53. 3.71. So we're going to put 3.72 because that would be the average of both. 3.72. Alright, so 4.23 minus 3.72. That's high. 0.51. Now, it could probably be increased. All right. I bet you we can take that voltage drop and cut it in half with some cleaning of some crazy sort that somebody knows that I don't. I can only do what I have in front of me. Now I just got 3.68 and 3.78. It's kind of a little bit going up and down. It could be the usage of the contacts. All right, so 3.78. So at its best, there's a 0.45 drop so far. All right, now let's go to the clone, and then I'm going to switch the contacts out and show you. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Whoa, guys. You don't want to know what I just saw. All right, 4.2. Straight 4.2. All right, folks. Doesn't make me happy. I'm not going to say it makes me happy. $3.97. 3.97. 4.2 minus 3.97. That's a 0.23 voltage drop. Could that be increased? Yes, because I have gotten up to a 0.18 voltage drop. That's Caravella averages at 0.31. So that kind of made me a little irritated to see the voltage drop being so, to me, a lot different. And honestly, I really feel that you can really notice that voltage drop when you're vaping at a 1 ohm coil. $3.99 right there. 3.94. So right now I'm getting a bigger hit out of the clone. All right, guys. So I'm gonna switch these coils. I'm gonna switch the contacts in here from the real one, from the fake one. I'm gonna put the fake ones in the real one, okay? And then we'll know really that it's not everything else in here, and that it's just the hopefully that it's just the contacts, okay? So batteries, there's the real one, here's the fake one, real one, fake one. I'm just trying to keep them organized here. All right, so, oh, I didn't show you that. I'm gonna show you that in a minute. I am gonna show you that. The contacts in the bottom button, I should have shown you in the other video. Hold on a minute. I don't want my little pin to go flying anywhere, so I'm going to put it in the button. Alright, so that is screwed all the way down. Now, I'm going to focus in real quick because I should have shown you this earlier. I apologize. The real contact button right there. The fake contact right there. It is, oh man, I'm horrible with this. It's different, folks. It is different. Real, fake. All right, so real body, real switch, and it's the cloned contact in there. All right, now we're gonna go change the contact. Let me refocus that. I apologize. There's we're switching it for the fake contact or clone, or it's not fake, it's a real contact, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to screw my voltage thingamajigger on here, get a nice flush appearance. All right, now I'm going to screw with this on here. Yeah, okay. I almost forgot which one was real. And I do have it correct. All right. 4.21. Atomizer. 3.90. So that tells us it's the contacts. All right. My contacts for the real one could just be a little worn out. Obviously they are. So I really can't, I'd say now, let me switch the battery out because that still was a lower voltage drop. I mean, a higher voltage drop than the fake one had with that same, you know, with those contacts. The fake one had actually a better hit. .91. What did I just do? Did I switch the batteries? Not even paying attention to what I did. That was 3.91. Take the other battery for kicks. Now, obviously, my battery voltages are probably changing a little bit, but 3.92 with the other battery. So the fake one was going at what, 3.94, 3.97, 3.96 with those contacts. So I'm going to have to say that the clone, the counterfeit, is winning on the voltage drop at the moment, but I would have to also want to say that it's because not the device, but the contacts. And when you really get down to it, when you're jumping from 3.9 to 3.6, that's a big drop. But when you're going 3.94 to 3.97, negligible. Not something I would care about. I'll zoom this. I'm going to speed this up. After that long and dragged out process, now I need a vape. Personal opinion, I like the real one. I like the feel of the real one in my hands. The switch is a no-brainer. Obviously, there's going to be a bunch of people out there that are like, oh, I gotta have there's a fake one, let's get it because it's $47 instead of, you know, $220 delivered. It's available. Which there are plenty of Nemesis available, guys. You don't have to wait for the batch. There's so many people selling them on the trading classifieds. You can go to, you know, Mod Trader, APV classified. They're all on Facebook, but they are there. I like the switch better on the fake one, and obviously it's hitting harder, but that's because we have shown that is because the contacts. Sorry, that's fun. Anyway, another thing, actually, the fake one. The switch is a lot more wobbly. All right, I can set this fake one down, and it just, you can see it. It's slanting. It's not straight up. And with the real one, when it's not locked, it does sit straight up. Okay, so that's one thing. This just wobbles, and this one, it still wobbles, but it doesn't as much. Alright, so that's my comparison on the two Nemesises, guys. There are plenty of forums out there that tell you when these are released, and so you can, you know, they're released not in the USA, so you'll be up at 11:30 at night or in the morning, and you'll be waiting to click add to cart, or you can buy them on the classifieds. Support the creator of the Nemesis, guys. Don't go buy that fake stuff. I only did it because I wanted to make the comparison for you guys so that you guys could be a little bit more educated on the differences. I think it's important to really know the craftsmanship of, you know, the guy that had the design. It's his product. Why are we, you know, we shouldn't be buying these. And what's that make me a hypocrite, right? Shouldn't be buying them, but I bought one. But I got a real one. So does that make it better? I don't know. So I don't know, guys. I love the Nemesis. Love it, love it, love it. My favorite mech mod. And from what I hear, it's the hardest hitting mech mod out there. 0.18. I mean, you can get it as long as you do your maintenance and keep your contacts up. Maybe buy some new contacts after they get worn out, and it's a great mech mod. All right, folks, that's what I got for you tonight, this morning, here on a Sunday morning. Take care, vape on.